Everyday Superpower, the place where you learn about body language, you learn about game, you learn about relationships, the dynamics between people, let alone men and women. Okay? Confidence and insecurity. It's a thing. It's a thing. Especially when we were younger. I was not the most confident individual in high school. I had particular traits that allowed me, fortunately, without knowing, to have decent success with the fairest sex whilst I was younger. But I wasn't the most secure and confident young man. So, with that being said, we're going to move on to a discussion which I can speak wholeheartedly about. And I say that to say this because I know so many other men are in this position. And naturally, why wouldn't you be? It's a biological protocol that needs to exist to ensure that you have what's yours. So I'm going to say this. When your game is tight, yes, you'll fear no other man. When your game is tight, you will fear no other man. You'll fear no other man around your woman. You'll fear that no other man can take your woman. No other man can do a better job than you. Or at least if another man does take your woman, you will be of such confidence and your game will be so tight that it won't even matter. You're locked in. You're 20 steps ahead of this situation, this scenario. You never committed fully. You committed to the extent of being a respectful gentleman, but you didn't commit to the extent as to where she was your all and only, you see? And that's why she loved you. That's why the women love you. Because there's this awkward paradox as to where you can't give them much because they'll take it for granted and walk to the next man who doesn't feel like he has to. So, when your game is tight, you will understand that you have a perception and an advantage of such is clearly seen from experience to experience, which places you in a tier that they do not reside in. That woman is better off with you than them. Is it egocentric to believe so? Yes. But is it honest to say that a man can take your woman? Yeah, it's most definitely honest. But with you being aware of that and understanding that and not looking at it from a point of insecurity, but more so through a point of reality, through human nature and just sort of the swings and roundabouts of how things are, it'll make sense. And it'll make sense because you won't be in a position as to where that necessarily will be the case purely as the woman you're with. If you are in a serious situation, the woman you're with will be of such a match made that there is not really any issue with her leaving you. She's going to leave you if she is of a higher market value as yourself. But you're not necessarily going to get yourself into a full-time position where that is the case because it would be unrealistic and it would be self-explanatory. Enjoy her while she's there, but hey, unless you get that game together and get that game tighter than it's ever been before and you understand where you stand and you don't bloody let her know that you're in a position which is pedestalizing her, then, you know, outside of your awareness, then, you know, get your game tight and you don't need to fear no man because you understand that the man that comes into her space, give him a week, he'll showcase certain characteristics and traits that turn her straight off. At least relative to you, who keeps your game tight, you see? What do I mean, get your game tight? I mean, get your knowledge tight, get your perception tight, Get your movements tight, your maneuvers. Be able to understand the chess game of communication. Be able to understand the relationship dynamic between man and woman. The dynamic between man and man. What a woman deems attractive and repulsive and the vice versa. And you just keep locking and loading and understanding these varying perspectives and see the strings and the webs that connect us as people, as tribes. And you needn't worry a day in your life. This channel's called Everyday Superpower. It started off with learning how to read body language. When you learn how to read the mind of somebody else, do you think it matters what they say or how they act? Because you can look at them and see who they truly are without them even muttering a word. And they don't know that you see that. That's called getting your game tight, yeah? If you are in a no strings attached situation with a woman where that's clearly the case and you are staying so aloof that you have contact with her, but you are not driving it to the point of having her rely on you and be with you in that degree, then how dare you be hurt when she finds comfort in a man who gives her what you are not giving her? What she needs and craves psychologically, biologically as a female, how dare you be hurt? It eradicates the insecurity because it is understood. And you know that she is not the be-all and end-all because you have the game that allows you more and more as days, as weeks, as years, as whenever goes by. Get your game tight and you will not have a worry in the world. Your insecurity will fly out of the window. Confidence comes from competence. It does not come through delusion and pretending you are what you're not. It comes from competence. It comes from consistent success and understanding in a particular realm, so you are now confident of your capabilities and you can recreate everything you have done in the past because it's tried and tested. That's game. Click like and subscribe. I'm uploading every day for the foreseeable future, people. 2 links in the description. One takes you to the catalogue of body language, my YouTube playlist full of how to read people through observing their non-conscious behaviours. Second to that is the Patreon. We're going to watch dates together, 2 people dating over and over and over. We've got separate first-time dates. I'll break down the attraction and repulsion cues on either side of things. You'll perceive them in your day-to-day. You'll internalise that. It's game you won't get elsewhere, I assure you. I'm signing out. Peace.